To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. I can resist everything except temptation. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. Life is too important to be taken seriously. A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. Art is the most intense mode of individualism that the world has known. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. A gentleman is one who never hurts anyone's feelings unintentionally. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. No good deed goes unpunished. I have nothing to declare except my genius. The old believe everything. The middle-aged suspect everything. The young know everything. The only difference between the saint and the sinner is that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. Fashion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. The public is wonderfully tolerant. It forgives everything except genius. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. Consistency is the last refuge of the unimaginative. Ambition is the last refuge of the failure. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it. To define is to limit. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. The aim of life is self-development, to realize one's nature perfectly. That is what each of us is here for. The only thing to do with good advice is to pass it on. It is never of any use to oneself. A poet can survive everything but a misprint. The world is a stage, but the play is badly cast. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. Life imitates art far more than art imitates life. The books that the world calls immoral are books that show the world its own shame. A little sincerity is a dangerous thing, and a great deal of it is absolutely fatal. The only way to atone for being occasionally a little overdressed is by being always absolutely overeducated. One should always be in love. That is the reason one should never marry. There is no sin except stupidity. The mystery of love is greater than the mystery of death. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. To expect the unexpected shows a thoroughly modern intellect. The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. The old believe everything. The middle-aged suspect everything. The young know everything. The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance.